I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, he need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Yo, man, what the hell is going on with the Knicks, man? Yo, after the craziest free agency thing where we ended up, trading for Mikal Bridges, which is crazy. And then we sign, OG, regardless if the draft picks and all that it drives you crazy or the salary drives you crazy, man, did the Knicks get better, man? We're championship contenders. So now we get into the draft, man, and like the Knicks, I mean, Leon Rose must have really loved the draft, man, because he doesn't seem to like to draft players too much. But my thing is, right, if you look at some of these drafts and who we passed up and stuff like that, these players that we passed up, that we could have drafted and this and the other aren't all that great or weren't even worth the headache, when you look back at it, right? So just looking at this draft here, the value and what I want to say, just the readiness, and just the, they were just so well prepared. Let me turn this light on. They were just so well prepared, to do anything that they wanted to do to make sure to get the players that they wanted to get. So, I mean, I'm just flabbergasted by what the Knicks did so far, man. But, I'm not going to come out here and just be like, yeah, man, I knew this guy was going to be good. This player is going to be good. Because not for nothing, a lot of the players that we did pick up, nobody know who the hell they were until they were drafted, to tell you the truth, So I'm not going to come out here and just bust out and be like, yeah, I know who this person was, who that person was. I may have taken a look at some of them, especially the last pick that we picked. I don't know who the hell that is, but I mean, I'm very excited. Just doing a quick glance of what's going on. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a quick glance of what the Knicks did here in the draft, man. And if you're not excited about this day, about today, the second round was even more fun than the first round. But if you're not excited about the NBA draft, man, then I don't know what. But I think it was a great idea for them to split it up because the first round, people usually don't give a damn until once the lottery's over, nobody cares, But the draft, all these people that are getting drafted are basically the same player over and over. It's really going to depend on where these players land and how they fit on the team that they get drafted to. So I mean, talent wise, everybody's basically comparable. There's nobody that's really jumping out the gym or so dominant out there. There are people that are pretty athletic and stuff like that, but those guys are not heavily projected to be superstars just because they can run and jump. We all know better than that now at this point in time. Yeah, man. But let's get into it, man. I didn't even set up the share screen, but let's get the share screen going here. And let's really crack this open, man. So right now I'm in competition with MSG right now, and I'm quite sure whoever else wants to do pods and stuff. So MSG Network is actually on air right now, and they're doing their little pregame stuff, man. So shout out to Monica McNutt, shout out to Bill Pito and Wally Zerbiak, and also Alejandro. I believe all four of the Fantastic Four are doing their thing today, man. But they're gonna do it at 8, and I think they said they're gonna do a replay at 9 p.m. So you guys can check that anytime you want, man. You also could check this pod anytime you want too, man. So support this content, or support our guys at MSG, but also support us too, these podcasters, man. But yeah, let's get my perspective on things, man. Crack it open, man. The draft. This is what we did. For number 25 in the first round, we drafted Pacome Diat. I can't even pronounce his name. I'm not even gonna try until I can get used to it. You know what I'm saying? 6 foot eight, 18-year-old French player. You know what I'm saying? So value pick at 25, 26, wherever the hell we picked. Because I think that's crazy too. Just the fact that we traded back, traded forward, this, that, and the other, and still was able to, even though we traded I think we traded one of our draft picks, just got rid of it. End up getting. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. I think we got like six second round picks for I don't know what Leon Rose is doing, but he just got so much value for everything that he did or whatever. So I mean, this guy Pacome, 18-year-old, probably like the highest upside in the whole entire draft. Shout out to State. State's my guy. I'm always gonna be bringing him up on this podcast. But he said Pacome, he's a home run pick, exactly what he wanted. Everybody wants the highest upside guy. You know what I'm saying? 6'9" in shoes. He said is 18. So I mean, it's a good job. He said it's a good effing job, but it's a good job, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that this guy is like some kind of star or whatever, but you never know. We get a guy like this in the organization, and then we just build him up and see what happens. What jumps out at me is that the dude can speak English, man. The dude sounds like he's from Fordham Road up in the Bronx somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. That's what he sounds like. And that just bugs me out. He just and he was in France, and then he ended up in Germany for a little while, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be the reason why his English is a little bit stronger. And the Germans and stuff like that, the Germans and the guys from Amsterdam, that's where we kind of get our accent from. So that's why Germans and people from that region usually sound like us a little bit. Especially when they try to speak English, they kind of sound like us. So I think that's what that comes from. But he just seems so smooth, man. Like the dude was born to be here. And what's funny, man, to get into that. Here he goes with with the commissioner here, and then take a look at him when he was younger. He's got a basketball, but look at the jersey. He's wearing a Knicks jersey. So look at my man here with the Knicks jersey, bro. Arms folded and stuff like that, man. So I mean, this kid might possibly be born to play for the Knicks. So could you imagine if this dude at 18, right, and we totally forget about him, and we going through our things. Let's say we won our championship, and then when it's time to retool, we got this kid to bring up the ranks and put him into the to the starting small forward spot or something like that. As time goes on. So I mean, I really think that just judging by his confidence, he was talking about that he's not coming to be a stash. He wants to get drafted and he wants to play. So he's going to be competing to try to get out there on the floor. So I can imagine 2-3 years from now, this dude actually cracking the rotation, giving the Knicks an option to trade out, to save salary and that type of thing. So that's why initially, you make that reaction about the OG trade and stuff, how so much salary, and he talking about the aprons and stuff like that. I don't really necessarily care about it, man, because when it comes down to it, if the Knicks make the right moves down the line, so like I said, this guy Pacome, if he ends up being a really good basketball player, then we can say, okay, maybe we can get off of some of these guys that we have here. So then maybe a guy like OG could get flipped to some kind of way, later on down the line, or maybe somebody else can get flipped just because we know this kid is ready to play. So that's something to think about down the line, man. I think Leon Rose hit a home run with that there, man. So I mean, I'm very excited about it. Look at him, man. Just watching the way he plays. He's very bouncy. Nice crossover. I don't really like his hitch on his jump shot, but he's very active. Gets his own rebound after misses and stuff like that. Very active on cuts and drives and stuff. So I mean, he's 18, very swaggy. So I could see this guy becoming just becoming a part of New York City and just really growing with us, man. And like one person that I'm thinking about, man, I'm thinking about the Lakers. Ah, man, I can't think of money's name, man. But for those old school people that like to watch this channel, who was the small forward before James Worthy on the Lakers? That's who he reminds me of. Just watching him play, it kind of reminds me of like a homegrown kind of guy like that. Same height. Could possibly play power forward a little bit. Down the line. You never know. He's only 18, man. So I'm very excited about this kid. Like I said, I don't know if he's gonna be able to play right away, which he isn't. Which stacked. We're ready to compete for a championship without these rookies. You know what I'm saying? So this is for like 2-3 years down the line when now he's 18. When he turns 21, 22, that's when we could look to start plugging this dude into the actual roster. You know what I'm saying? And really getting getting the most out of what he could bring to the table, man. So I'm like I said, I'm very excited, man. So take a look at NBA Draft.net, man. So this has always been a staple of where you get your draft information. So they actually had him going at number 26. So ironically enough, the Knicks traded out of 24 and ended up with 26, and we actually drafted him right there at 26, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Let me just make sure I got that correct. Because I'm excited, man. So no, we drafted him at 25. You know what I'm saying? So we drafted him at 25. So like I said, we ended up making some trades and stuff. So we only drafted one player in that first round. So Pacome, let's click him. Let's see what they compare him to, because NBA Draft.net uses comparisons and stuff. So just like the person that I'm thinking about, they mentioned Jamie Jacquez from Miami. That's the guy that hurt Julius Randle, and then Sean Elliott. So when I see him shoot and stuff like that, and then the way that he moves athletically, I see Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott was one of those guys that would drive and banging on you. You know what I'm saying? So I think he could eventually be one of those guys, especially Jamie Vaquez, with the way that he plays. Kind of like slippery slide, slippery slide and left and right. Good driver, can hit the three and that type of thing, moving around, always moving. Three, they're saying he's like a 3-and-D with good size. I could see that, man. I could see that. I could see Jamie Vasquez in him, and I could see Sean Elliott in him also too, man. Pause. So I mean, like I said, I'm very excited about this kid, man. So I encourage you guys to go down that rabbit hole, watch these videos and stuff like that, watch the highlights and just watch the interviews, man. The interviews that he gives are like, I mean, it's like wow, it's like just listening to him talk and stuff. It's like it's like he was meant to be a Knick. And like I said, with these pictures of him, as a kid, he literally might be born to be a Knick, man. So that's just awesome. But to go down the line, man, the second round, we got Tyler Kolek in the second round. So let's see what Tyler Kolek was projected to go. So Tyler Kolek was projected to go at the end of the first round, according to NBA Draft.net. I believe Tankathon, which I'm not. Do I have it? No, I'm not gonna click it. But Tankalon, if I'm not mistaken, had him a little higher. It had him like around where the Knicks actually had him where the Knicks were picking. So the Knicks were able to get because we traded out the first round, so we were able to still get somebody that should have been available to us at 24, and we traded out of 24, and then we ended up getting the same, like I said, the same kind of talent that we could have gotten at 24. And we got a lot of like rinky dink compensation just to make those moves and stuff. So I mean, Leon Rose, you got to tip your hat to Leon Rose of what he's been able to do. Because I mean, for him to be constantly trading down and stuff like that, that means he has his ear to the floor and he knows the players that he wants to get, and that he's just not that he's confident enough that he can still get the player that he wants when he moves back and stuff like that. So let's take a look at what Kyler Kolek comparisons are. Comparisons for him is TJ McCollum, of course. He's probably like one of the best white guys in the NBA. Just finished playing him. So Tyler McCollum, made a name for himself, and Peyton Pritchard, that's the guy from Boston. So I can see Peyton Pritchard a little bit. Peyton Pritchard's a little bit stubby. This guy Tyler Kolek is not really stubby like that. Doesn't really have like long arms or long legs and that type of thing. But he kind of reminds me of McCollum. The way that he plays, leadership wise and fearlessness, and just being able to do a lot more with less. That's where this guy Tyler Kolek is. Just his confidence, his leadership ability, and he's a point guard, man. And one thing to say about him, we got this guy Pacome. He's only 18 years old. This guy is 23 years old. So his birthday is in was this March? So in the middle of this, in the middle of the season in March, he'll be 24 years old. So he's an older player, so he's ready to play right now. So I could see Tyler Kolek coming in and actually getting minutes in the backup point guard spot. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Rokas. I don't know if Rokas is gonna come over and they're gonna all compete and stuff like that. But if he comes through and competes, that's even better. But this guy Tyler Kolek, I think he'll be ready to contribute if we had to call his name. The Knicks are ready to go. Like I said, championship ready kind of team. But this guy might be able to find some minutes at some point in the season, and we got to be very happy about this because he's not really like a stash kind of guy where we're gonna be going to him within the two years or so. But it's possible because I mean 23, 20, in 2 more years he'll only be 25. He might be able to slide into that backup spot permanently. So I mean I'm just excited, man. I know everybody else is excited as well. So let's get to the next pick. Kevin McCullar. So Kevin McCullar is one of those transfer portal guys. I believe he went to Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken, or one of those schools, and he ended up going to Kansas. We'll get into him in a second. Another guy, Ariel Hukport. He reminds me of that girl that was like, you gotta do the hawk to the thing. Oh my god. So I mean, that's crazy, man. But we'll get into him too in the second pause. But let's just go down the line here. So I got my man Tyler queued up. So this is from Slam University. So yeah, as you can see here, this is almost iconic with the yellow Marquette uniform there. It just iconic. He made it iconic, I want to say, from this era here. But this is his highlights here from Slam. So he can shoot the three, man. The guy can shoot the lights out from the free throw line, can shoot it from the floor, both hands. Very slick driving, not gonna blow past you, but be able to control himself and, like I said, lay it up with either hand. As you can see, I got a lot of floaters. Very crafty, getting to the basket. Leadership wise, too, being able to finish through contact. Things of that nature, man. He's good, man. He's one of those guys that's probably gonna be like I can't think of his name too. That Australian dude that LeBron had, man, that almost killed himself in the playoffs that year guarding Steph. You know, um, he's gonna be like one of those guys, man. Like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was just confident. They didn't have no athleticism or anything like that, but always confident, ready to go, and or ready to play hard, ready to contribute. I think he's gonna be one of those guys, man. And I'm very excited about him, man. I think he's gonna be a really good player for the Knicks, man. So let's keep it moving here. Take a look at his stats. This is what he did in Marquette. He's also a transfer portal guy. I didn't realize that. He played for George Mason that first year. Then he went over to the Big East, where he played for Marquette. So the stats don't really blow out, don't really blow your mind too much. 15 points per game last year as a senior. Played 31 games. He played most of his games in college. Looking at the steals, 1.6 steals last year, 1.8 the year before. So he could steal the ball. Assist wise, 7 the last 2 years. Rebounding wise, decent. 4.9 rebounds. So I always like to see guys that could rebound the ball well, because that tells you that they play hard. Guys that rebound the ball well usually play extremely hard. And if you look at all of our Knicks players, you're talking about the Villanova guys. All those guys rebound the ball really well. And look at the results. The guys play extremely hard. Super tough players, not afraid to of contact. And I think he fits the mold here. This guy Tyler Kolek, 3-point percentage, 38%. That's right on brand there. Being able to shoot from the 2-point range. 50% for his career. Last year he shot 55%, man. So like I said, he's able to finish through contact, very strong legs, getting into the paint. Even though he might not blow past you, he definitely will. He's definitely strong enough to get his shot off and take the contact with it. So this is a good player, man. Just straight up and down the line, man. So I think the Knicks hit a home run. I'm looking at some of the grades that these guys are getting, man, and they gave Pacome like a C. How could the kid probably with the biggest upside in the draft, how could you give him a C after watching his highlights and stuff like that? Tyler Kolek, how could you give him anything less than a B? You know what I'm saying? It might even be an A due to the value. He's we drafted him in the second round. Especially from Leon Rose's perspective too, because we could have just drafted him outright in the first round, but he was able to get other assets added to it, outside of just simply drafting him. So, Leon Rose, I think for himself, he needs to get like a A plus for this draft. Absolutely. Speaking of which, man, take a look at this, man. I just thought this was funny. Just slide the picture on here. Shout out to New York basketball, NBA _ New York. Like I said, these guys are great, man. Good content, man. Always gives me good talking points when it comes to these Knicks and stuff, man. But let's get into the next pick, man. This is Kevin McCullar. I'll make sure I get his name right here. So slide this back up. Yeah, so it's Kevin McCullar. So he's another guy, like I said, he's another one of these guys that's transfer portal. He ended up starting, like I said, with Texas Tech. So just watching his stats here, you can see not really too much going on until last year. So his senior year, he averaged 18 points per game. One thing that I like to point out, like I said, is the rebounding. Throughout his whole career, 6 rebounds a game last year, 7 rebounds a game the year before. Look at the steals. 2 steals last year, 1.5 this year. So the guy is known to play defense. Like I said, he's not afraid for contact. And then one thing about him too, he's 6'7". So the potential for him to play multiple positions in the NBA is there. Him shooting the 3. Not the greatest 3-point shooter, man, but he gets a lot of opportunities to shoot the three. He shot 4.5 last year. He's get the opportunities to shoot, and the opportunity to shoot will be there in the NBA. But 33% in college last year, only shot 29%. That's a problem there. Shooting from the floor, 51%. That's decent for a guard or whatever. But he's 6'7", so these percentages should be up there. But it is what it is, man. This guy's a good player. He plays hard. Definitely a tough, hard nosed kind of player. And he played for a big club like Kansas. So he's used to being on TV and stuff like that. I remember seeing him a couple times. But like I said, you want to talk about first step and those type of things. Those stats don't really blow your mind when it comes to this guy, Kevin McCullar. But he's a good basketball player, man. Like I said, people are comparing him to Josh Hart. Let's see if we can get that comparison here on NBA.net. So NBA draft.net, they had him in the second round. Actually, they had him at number 43. So let's take a look at what they said about him as far as player comparison. They said Justin Anderson. So they're comparing him to somebody that's not really doing too much. Justin Anderson played a little bit, 3-and-D kind of thing there. So I mean, it's possible for him to be able to carve a role up somewhere. But I'm looking at him as somebody that's going to replace Daquan Jeffries and that type of player. So I'm not really too excited about this guy, but I've seen people talk about him saying that he's a good value pick for where we picked him. We picked him in the second round, mid-second round. So I mean, good value pick. So if people say that he's good, I'm willing to be positive when it comes to this player here, man. So like I said, one thing that jumped out at me is that rebounding stuff, man. That guy could really rebound the basketball at his position. So that right there tells you that he's tough and he's probably going to be ready to play. He's also an older player too. So just to mention that, as an older player, did he have his age listed here? Don't make me look for it, guys. But he is in his 20s here. Let me go to NBA Draft.net to make sure I check out his age. Where's it at? I believe he is an older player. So let me just click it just to be sure, because he is a senior. So he's got to be at least 23. Yeah, he's 23 years old. Yeah, so he's 23 years old. Basically the same age as so the birthdays are very similar between him and Tyler Kolek here. When is his birthday? So anyway, I don't got time for this bullshit, man. Freaking small print and stuff like that. But let's just keep it moving, man. This is what they said about him there. They're just talking about his 3-point shooting. Also being available. He's been hurt a lot too in college, man. So him being hurt and not being able to shoot the three is both X's on the radar there. But like I said, he's a tough player. He should be able to contribute. This is some footage of him. So make sure to turn the sound off. So this is him shooting here. Mid-range jump shot. Like I said, he looks like Daquan Jeffries a lot. Just physically, he looks like him. Just the way that he moves and stuff like that. Definitely, rough and tumble kind of guy. Not afraid to cut. Not afraid to drive, get contact. Very strong player. He looks very strong in the upper body. The way that he moves, the way that he jumps up against the rebound and stuff, the way that he waits for the contact, the tippy toe, even the way that he goes to make layups, the way that he posts up, very strong body. He looks like Daquan Jeffries all the way, man. Just a younger version of him. So all those guys I think are gone, man. So this is the new group. I like the way that he walks up the court, nice and strong. So that's all positives there for this guy. So let's keep on scrolling, man. So I mean, this guy here, I want to talk about. Ariel Hukporti, whatever. This guy really intrigues me, man. He's 6'11". He's a center prospect, so he'll be the first player from Togo, the country of Togo. So he's Togolese. He'll be the first player from that region, from that country, I should say, not that region, but from that country, man, in Africa. So this is amazing, man. I think this is a sleeper pick here. Last pick in the draft, man, for somebody that's it's a position of need. We needed a center. So if you compare him to any of the center prospects that you have in the draft today, he compares with all of them. I just don't think that he could shoot the three. I think the 3-point shot, he can't shoot the three. But the Knicks don't necessarily need the center to shoot the three. Him being able to at least move around, receive the ball, give dribble handoffs, set screens, and that type of thing. He's fantastic in that, and just an active body. Somebody that loves the game, that likes to have fun. He's one of those guys that seem to like to have fun with the way that he plays. If you go down the rabbit hole and just look at different videos of him talking and just watching him react to different things, man. The guy seems like an awesome player, man. Awesome prospect, I should say. So this is what they had to say about him. This is somebody. His name is Sam Vicini. He says that he's an awesome rebounder, good rim protector, and he can play in drop coverage in the NBA. He plays incredibly hard, and he's willing to be physical. There's no ego in his game. Yeah, I see that. When you watch highlights and listen to him talk and stuff, he's definitely one of these selfless kind of guys, man. I just think his motor is very high. He's 22 years old too, so he has a little bit of room to grow. But look at the theme here. Was outside of the 18-year-old, like I said, Tyler was 23. That guy Kevin McCullar is 23 also. This guy's 22. So these are guys that have basketball experience and that are actually ready to play right now. So the Knicks are looking for guys that are professional, ready to contribute immediately. So just in case if we have injuries, we should be able to count on these guys to at least be professional and play. Speaking of professional, this guy actually played in the Australian League, played in the NBL, so he has some experience there. So before that, for those that don't know where Togo is, man, this is Google Maps. As you can see here off the naked eye here, this is right in the basically what is that, the stomach there of Africa. You got Lagos is right there. Let's actually click it and see if we can there you go. As you can see there, let me make it bigger. So it's like I said, right in the stomach of Africa, right in the nose, right underneath the nose in Africa there, right next to Nigeria, Ghana and different countries like that, right next to, it's actually borderline with Ghana. So that's exactly where Togo is there, man. So it's interesting, man. I'm happy that he got an opportunity. And then right now the Knicks made history for having the first Togolese player in the NBA, man. So that's dope. So let's go on to his stats here. This is him in Australia from last year. Stats don't jump out at you. 7.9 points per game. He did shoot 58%, 7.1 rebounds in Australia. Australia is definitely a tougher league. They basically allow fist fighting in that league, man. It's crazy. But this is his last few games here. You can see the minutes are not really that high, but then within 15, 12, 17, mid-teen minutes there, shot the ball well every single game except one. He only shot 40% one game, but basically 50% all the rest of the games. Free throw wise, you can see 200s with 267s. Rebound wise, he got 15 rebound game. Block shots, basically 2 a game, as you can see, only 1 game with 1. So the guy's very active out there, blocking shots and rebounds in minimal minutes. So I wonder what he can do if he was asked to play a little bit more minutes. As far as points and stuff like that, you could just you do the math. This is basically just probably drop offs and alley-oops and that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So you want to talk about how can we replace a guy like Mitch? How can we replace a guy like Hartenstein? This is how you do it. The players like that are kind of like a dime a dozen. Hartenstein fits, chemistry-wise, and he definitely brings a lot of things to the offense and, just toughness and that type of thing. So it would hurt us to lose him. But we have Mitchell Robinson. So if we lose Hartenstein, we already got Mitchell Robinson on a better contract. So we could just lean on Mitchell Robinson. And if we worried about a backup center, I think this guy might be able to actually stick into the backup center right away. So just based off of him playing overseas, playing professional overseas, he's ready to play professionally. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to play professional. So I mean, this guy, theoretically could come right in and fill in the blanks immediately. As far as like shooting threes, he can't shoot threes. He can shoot mid-range jump shots though. So I mean, this guy's a good basketball player, man. So I'm anxious to see what he brings to the table. Summer League is going to be lit. Our Summer League squad is going to be really, really good this year. So I can't wait for that. Summer League is going to be crazy. But like I said, potential of this guy actually playing and actually giving us decent minutes, is there. Shout out to Jericho Sims. The Knicks might be leaning on Jericho Sims to finally step up and contribute, and let see if we can save some money with Hartenstein. So you see what's going on with that. This is some highlights here of Ariel. So let's take a look at that. I already got the sound turned off. There's basic pick and roll alley-oops there. Here he goes, getting the ball to the high post there, turning around, putting the ball on the floor, dribbling around, dribble handoff, gets into a spot ready to catch the alley-oop again. So this is a quick highlight here. Here he goes again, in the spot where Hartenstein usually get it, can put the ball on the floor, a little side step, able to finish with the offhand. Here he goes defending on the perimeter, still out there to defend. Here he goes pushing the ball to the floor. Looks very comfortable bringing the ball up. So that's interesting. Comes down, able to finish on a fast break there. So he didn't finish, but he did get fouled, though. But the ability for him to push the ball up the court is kind of cool. Here he goes, gets his foul line extended, able to find the cutter. Mitch Robinson, he struggles with those type of plays. Here he goes, sets the screen. Nice hard screen there. Able to get inside, finish again with the left hand in contact. So people think that we're dead if we don't if we trade Mitch Robinson. Look, good defensive play. This is all in Australia, but all these guys that we drafted were all in college. So just to compare, the NBL is probably a step higher than college, I would think. That's him fighting up there. Like I said, the Australia League, they actually be fighting, fist fighting in these games, almost like old school 80s style basketball, the way they play in the NBL. A lot of talented players in Australia. So I mean, like I said, theoretically, this guy could actually pop in and actually give some decent minutes for the Knicks. You never know. The Knicks guy have to be able to cheat. So if we got this guy as a third string center with Jericho Sims backing up Mitchell Robinson, I think we're good to go with the center spot. So I mean, like, it hurts, man, but I think Hartenstein might be out of here. It's gonna save the Knicks some bread, but I think that's it. So anyway, man, that's the Knicks draft class here this year, man. Exciting times. The Knicks went and basically got a strong 9-man rotation that we can go out there and go crazy. We drafted for the future. We gave up so many draft picks every other year. I see guys were complaining. Shout out to Ariel from Manhattan. He was complaining about those draft picks and stuff like that. But the Knicks put on a clinic in this draft. We actually drafted really, really well. So as long as we have Leon Rose here and whoever else that you want to give credit to, for drafting these players here, the Knicks have a good team together, drafting. So whenever we do draft, because we're going to draft every other year, whenever we do draft, we're going to draft well. And this is proof. And then also, too, the years that we don't have draft picks, I'm quite sure Leon Rose is going to be able to put some stuff together because he's done it. He's done it every single year, being able to get into the draft if we needed to. So just look out for that, man. We're very blessed to have Leon Rose here. At first, CAA and all that stuff, see the CAA, we haven't really gotten that benefit from that, but just for somebody that actually knows what he's doing business-wise of basketball, the business of basketball, Leon Rose has been putting on a clinic, man. And I just think that he has all bases covered. The roster itself is as stacked as it's ever been, we're title contenders again. And then the future's still intact too, because if you can throw Jacob Toppin in the mix here with these guys, and you have a nice draft, you have a nice package of young players to take a look at for the next 2 years or so before we get another opportunity to replenish the crew. So anyway, I really think Kolek has a big opportunity to be the backup point guard eventually. This guy, Pacome, I think in about 3 years or so, he might crack the rotation. Ariel might actually, get minutes this year as a third string backup, especially because Mitchell Robinson always gets hurt. And, this guy, Jericho Sims gets hurt a lot also. So I could see Ariel actually playing some minutes this year for us, man. I think that's interesting. So we'll see how this goes, man. But I'm very excited to be a Knicks fan. I'm excited to follow these Knicks. I'm excited about it all, man. So thank you guys for tuning in. I see a couple people popped up in the chat. Let me show some love to everybody. So we got Korean Granny says, he said, can't wait. I appreciate you, man. January Sports late again, but he's here. What's up, man? Got my man Kevin in the place. What's up, Kev? Bobby Santiago. You got Gerald. I am Jarrell. Bobby Santiago say, I'm going to say it now. Tyler Kolek is a steal of the draft. I'm with you, man. With Jalen mentoring him as the floor general ability to, yeah, you heard it here. Yeah, I get it. The mentorship, he doesn't really have to do too much because, this guy's 23 years old. And like I said, you want to talk about confidence, listen to some of Tyler Kolek's interviews, man. The guy is extremely confident in himself, man. It's really, he's a really good basketball player, man, all around. If you're looking at breakneck speed, if you're looking at athleticism and that type of thing, you're just looking at the wrong thing. Now, if you look at basketball, where he can contribute to the game and how we can contribute to winning on a basketball club, now you're talking. And I think Tyler Kolek is one of those guys, man. He contributes to winning. He makes tough shots. He can make good passes. He makes people around him better. This is a very excellent basketball player to be picked in the second round, man. It's incredible, man. Pick number 34. And like I said, the Knicks had to trade up to get him. So all these second round picks and stuff that the Knicks accumulated, that's how we were able to move up to get this guy. So I mean, it's incredible, man, that what Leon Rose has been able to do. Shout out to my Mighty Finesse. I want to find out who somebody said they wanted Tyler Kolek. I forgot who it was in the chat, but Mighty Finesse is pissed off because he wanted Keyshawn George. So I know you probably were upset because I think we did draft him, right? And we ended up trading him, right? Trading him as part, I think, part of the Tyler Kolek deal there. So I mean, it is what it is. You can't get everything. You can't everything. But once the smoke settled, man, and the guys that we picked up, and I'm happy with everybody. Shout out to Eddie C in the place. What's up, man? You're in Costa Rica, right? Are you in Costa Rica or Panama? I know you're not in the States, man. So shout out to you wherever you are. I always forget where you're at. Sliding down here, Harlem CEO in the place. What's up? Yeah, man, that's my man. Where's he at? Where's the kid at? There you go. There he goes with the Knicks jersey there, my man Pacome. He has a dope name too, Pacome. It's incredible. Tamron Mosby, what's up, my man? He said, I like the picks. Give them time to study them. Yep. There you go, man. But like I said, these guys are older, 23 years old for three of the players there. So these guys are ready to play. Everybody, not everybody, but that guy Ariel, he has professional experience. And the other guys were seniors. So these guys are ready to play right now. So I'm happy, man. I'm extremely happy. So Kevin is your dark horse. I like the strength. He has a lot of strength. Being 6'7" jumps out at me also. So because that means he could possibly play small forward, for us if need be. So I think that's dope. So this is Faith Life Sports here. He did a little acronym, so I can see that's Faith Life Sports. Shout out to him. Mike K in the place. Shout out to Mike K. Both of these guys are two big time supporters. Tough Love also a big time supporter. Hukporti, man. Jesus Christ, the internet is ruining all of us, man. I'm telling you. But like I said, this guy I think is going to be a surprise. We'll see. He might end up being trash. But just the prospect of him, it's just incredible. So if you think about all these second rounders are basically free contracts, exactly. We've been pretty good finding quality depth here as well. Yeah, man. Just go down the line. We've been able to get second round picks, of value since Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's basically probably going to be our starting center again next year, and we got him in the second round also. So we've been able to draft really well the last couple of years, especially under Leon Rose. Mitchell Robinson wasn't Leon Rose. I believe he was what's my man, the guy before, he actually was under Leon Rose also. So I guess you can count them both as the same type of group. But regardless of the fact, the Knicks have been able to draft really well the last couple of years, man. You definitely can't deny that. Shout out to Jay Cause in the place. Yeah, man. The kid from Marquette, we got a chance to see him a lot, man. I think he was Big East Player of the Year last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, the guy's a good player, man. He's definitely you can't hide him. He's definitely had a lot of TV time, especially in New York. Like I said, he made his jersey that he wore, this yellow jersey here, and maybe the yellow one. He made the yellow one pretty iconic, for Marquette. And that's kind of hard to say because guys like Rod Strickland and I believe Dwayne Wade also too, right? Came from Marquette. Did Dwayne Wade come from Marquette? So there's some good players that came from Marquette, man. And I think this kid actually made the yellow jersey his. So the guy's a good basketball player, man. Definitely. So let's who else is here? Scott Perry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike, man. I'm getting old, man. I can't remember half the shit that I be saying. I don't even half the stuff. Like 60% of the stuff I don't remember what the hell I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It wasn't Steve Mills though. It definitely was Scott Perry. Oh, so Ross Strickland was DePaul. See, I'm telling you, I'm going senile, y'all. I'm going senile. But DePaul was that Big East at the time? I don't know. Anyway, I just be saying stuff, and I'm glad you guys are here to correct me because I can't pretend that I know everything. But I love to talk Knicks, and you guys know it, and I appreciate you guys for supporting as always. Once again, show love to our guys on MSG. They definitely are doing their little draft special, the off-season special at 8:00. They're gonna re-air it at 9. So you guys can check that out at 9. For those that tuned in to hang out with me today, for 8:00, you can tune in and watch them at 9:00. And definitely support our home team, man. Definitely probably one of the best, if not the best crew in all of television sports, man. Man, these guys are really good. You know, for a local crew, these guys are better than national TV crews, man. So definitely support our guys, man. But definitely support Diehard Knicks. And I'll catch you guys soon, man. Definitely content for the summer is gonna be up. Like I said, I would like to do some interviews. I'm gonna get into that pretty soon. But until then, just look out for Die Hard Knicks. I did a podcast the other day. I got to post that in the community tab so you guys can check that out. I've been contributing to Nothing But Knicks. I was in the probably I was in the last episode with Sim. Also Still Knicks. I've been also contributing to Still Knicks. And then of course the Morning Brew podcast guys. Whenever those guys call and I can make it, I show up to for them too, man. So I love making content, love doing that type of stuff, man. So as long as I enjoy it, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I wouldn't be able to do it, if I didn't have the support of you guys, man. So I support you guys support me, and it's all good, man. So I'll check you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll give you guys a short outro. Don't need to hold you too much longer, but I'll catch you guys pretty soon. Go Knicks, and just have a good night, man. Definitely. I mean, I feel like a kid in a candy store, to tell you the truth, man. I'm like almost drooling. I can't wait till the season starts, man. But like I said, I threw it out there. Summer League is gonna be lit. So I wish I can get time off to go to Vegas. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man. Please enjoy those games when they come, man. I'm gonna be doing watch-alongs for those, man. So tune in for that. So I see you guys next time. It's your boy Eru, 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute. I see you guys next time, man. Oh, wait, let me set this up. Bye.